Alright, what is up everybody? So welcome back to another episode of Skate and Preserve. So I am super excited to be doing a little in-depth detailing of this shoe right here. Now I've been wanting this shoe since it released in, I believe it was mid-August it released of this year, but just have not gotten around to getting a pair of these. I wasn't a big fan of the white and blue colorway that first released of this shoe, and then they had a couple other gray ones in different colors, but this one right here I am super stoked on. It's a nice clean colorway, but this is the Tiago Lemos New Balance NUMERIC 1010. So this shoe, I mean, it's been a pretty sought after shoe since it came out. The 1010 right there, it being the amount of technology that is in this shoe. For those of you that don't know, New Balance gives their shoes these different numbers right here. The lower the number, the less technology that they put into the shoe. The higher number, the more technology that goes into the shoe. So this is the most tech shoe, the highest number ever made by New Balance. So we're gonna go ahead and go through some of that technology. I'm gonna give a little bit of the details. I'm gonna check out some of my favorite little points on this shoe, and then towards the end we are going to go ahead and do a little on foot, and that will be the video. So stick around if you want to see these things on foot and you want to get a little bit more information about what makes this shoe so tech. Alright, so when this shoe first came out in August, it did retail at, I believe, $110. And for the amount of tech that goes into this thing and the sleek look to this shoe, I'm willing to bet it's probably going to be worth that price tag. Now, I didn't pay $110. I was actually able to pay, I think my local shop, Black Sheet Skate Shop, had these for $85 or something like that. I wound up paying like $92 after tax, so not that bad, honestly. I mean, that's kind of the going rate for a tech shoe, any skate shoe really right now. But yeah, so this shoe is the Tiago Lemos Pro model. Now this was actually in production when Tiago Lemos got brought onto the team, and I guess the story goes he went into the New Balance office, saw this shoe, was very interested in it, and wanted to make this his pro shoe. So he got the shoe, went through a bunch of trial and error skating it, giving feedback of the things he liked, the things he didn't like, and it was in experimentation phase for quite a while before the finished product, which you see right here, came to be what it is. And it was a lot of feedback, a lot of work on Tiago Lemos' part, and yeah, the colorways that they do on the shoe are solely designed by Tiago. A little bit of this little extra stuff like the stitching and stuff he wanted to throw in there. So yeah, this is basically New Balance's go at a shoe. Basically the way they looked at this thing was, what type of skate shoe would New Balance develop in the late 90s? And this is what they came up with. Now, it's not a very bulky shoe. It is kind of slimmed down. I've heard a lot of people say this is kind of a bulky shoe, but it really isn't that bulky to me. It's very slimmed down. I think if it was in the late 90s, this thing would be huge, but it still does have a lot of tech like those 90s era, early 2000s skate shoes did have. So starting it off with the upper, it's got a mesh upper in the toe area and in the tongue that offers a lot of breathability, a lot of wiggle room in there. And then it's got the leather upper as well. Now what you'll notice, this is one of the first pieces of tech right here. What you'll notice is this rubber lining going underneath that leather toe box area, and what that is a compound, a rubber compound made by New Balance, and basically it keeps the shoe extremely stiff. Like, you'll hear that right there. That is to keep this shoe from blowing out and just getting too loose when you're skating it. Now this thing is ridiculously stiff, as you can see, so it's probably going to be kind of difficult to break in at first, but I think after it breaks in a little bit, it's probably going to stay pretty stiff like that, just because of this extra tech and this cup sole that they've got right here. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the inside, and then we'll get to the outside a little bit more. So these do have the New Balance NUMERIC Ortho Light insoles. Now these are a pretty thin insole from what you would see in such a tech shoe, but they can kind of get away with it with a lot of this technology that they do have in this shoe, which I'm going to talk about. So you can see in there a little bit of green. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but if we flip the shoe over right here, you'll see that bright green fuel cell. So the fuel cell is a cushion compound that New Balance makes, and they put it in a lot of their running shoes. They put it in a lot of their basketball shoes. And these little holes right here, and you'll see right there, that is the fuel cell technology. So it basically runs the length from this heel down through the entire midsole, and you can see it right here and right here as well. And then it runs the entire length of the shoe. It's really thick back here, and then it gets smaller and tapers off right there. So this does protect from a lot of heel bruising. It protects from jumping down stairs, hitting primo, all that good stuff. So I think this is going to be a really comfortable shoe, a really cushioned shoe to skate. This also has the Phantom Fit technology. Now the Phantom Fit is these little zonal pads back here in the back, and what that does, it holds your Achilles tendon and your heel in place really well in there. So this is going to be a nice snug fitting shoe. It does have the elastic straps on the inside as well, and then these extra lace loops right here. So this is going to be a snug fitting shoe. It's going to be a stiff shoe probably right out of the gate, probably for the first couple times I skate it. But luckily these divots right here, they've added the flex zones in there. So this shoe being so stiff, it does have a little bit of flex point right there without sacrificing the cushioning in this thing. Now the reason this shoe is so stiff is because of this outsole right here. So this is the Endurance outsole, and you'll see right there as well. I don't know how well you can read that, but it does say Endurance right there as well. So this is the 68 to 72A, and then it says right here, what's that? Looks like 63 to 67A. So I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I would just be willing to guess that that is probably the durometer of it, kind of like how they do with skate wheels, urethane. It probably has to do with the hardness of the actual shoe, because this right here does feel a little bit grippier, and this right here feels a little harder and a little thicker. But yeah, this Endurance outsole right here is basically a rubber compound that New Balance has developed, and it is their highest rated abrasive rubber. So basically this is their best rubber that they can put on a shoe to combat against abrasion, which with skateboarding you're gonna have that, a lot of abrasion. But this right here has been one of the team favorites for the New Balance skate shoe team, so really interested to see how these things skate. Now I've never been one to really tear up my shoes crazy quick, so I'm really going to say that I probably will stop skating these shoes way before they are completely skated through, because I do not foresee myself skating these things up until they're done. I usually get tired of a shoe and just get a new one to skate. But I'm hoping I'll be able to skate these ones for quite a while, because with this little bit of strength, plastic rubber right under here, and with this insole and it being so stiff, I'm really hoping these shoes are going to hold their form and not really blow out on me. That's usually why I switch shoes, because they start feeling too loose and they start feeling a little bit too blown out. So really looking forward to trying this shoe out. I'm not looking forward to the break-in process of this shoe. I think it's really going to suck, but hopefully after that it'll be a little bit easier to skate. I really do like this colorway just because it's a simple black, white, got a little bit of gum rubber right there in the flick area. You got a little bit of burgundy and blue right here in the fuel cell. And then I'm a huge fan of these yellow stitchings that they have, the little zigzag pattern and the little lace loop right there. I think that adds a little bit of something, it's a little bit of something for the eye. It doesn't make it just a black and white kind of look. It kind of makes it pop a little bit. So really stoked to see how these shoes are going to skate. I already did try them on, and I really liked how they looked on feet. But I'm going to go ahead and switch over, pop these things on feet, and that will be the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you don't already, go hit me over on Instagram at Skate and Preserve. Give me a follow. Let me know you're from YouTube, and we'll see you on the next video.